She said, Russ, whenever I see you or any of your clients training or any of the downloadable plans on your site, I notice that a lot of the time you're going for high rep ranges. Why is that?
Hey, I'm Amanda Laker from Team GB. Check out the workouts from Russ PTI.
Hey guys and girls, it's Russ from RussPTI.com. Got a video for you today on high rep training. Before we begin today's video, a lot of you guys and girls may recognize this setting back in the rack where I shot a lot of my early YouTube videos for you guys before moving them across to my gym. I know about 2 weeks ago I was back in here and I thought I want to start doing more videos back in here because I like this. I like the battered equipment, the rusty weights. That's what the videos are about to me. So if it's okay with you guys, I want to do a few more videos in here in the coming weeks. I got a question from Jack on my Twitter page. He said, Russ, whenever I see you or any of your clients training or any of the downloadable plans on your site, I notice that a lot of the time you're going for high rep ranges. Why is that? Today I'm going to explain the difference between high reps and low reps, why I use high reps, the several benefits to it that a lot of guys seemingly unaware of just because they've been fed myths that high reps are for losing weight and stuff like that. It's bullshit. You can build just as much muscle with high rep training. There's a few things I want to share with you today, so hopefully today's video is useful. Hopefully you enjoy it. Okay, so the first thing I want to do, I want to just help you get rid of the myth that surrounds high rep training. People are fed this myth quite a lot in gyms, and it's easy to see why. I mean, even if you do a fitness course or a personal training course, you'll be taught this. You'll be taught that 1 to 5 reps is for strength, 8 to 12 reps is for building muscle, 12 to 20 reps is for muscular endurance. Okay, so you look at that and it's easy to see why guys think I'm going to stick mainly in the 6 to 10 range, build a bit of strength, build a bit of muscle, not really interested in anything else. Here's the problem though, guys. That analogy is not telling you the whole truth. It's missing out loads of information there. 1 to 5 reps is for strength gains and neuromuscular connection, mind-muscle connection. Basically, strongman training, powerlifting, that sort of thing. 8 to 12 reps, on the other hand, is for hypertrophy and strength gains as a secondary benefit. Whereas 12 to 20 reps is for muscular endurance and hypertrophy. Okay, so it's a bit of a myth that you're not going to build any muscle with higher rep training. In fact, you should be doing it, and there's a number of studies out there which I'll link to in the blog article which accompanies this video. I encourage you to go check that out after this because we'll go through each study and you can see exactly what I'm talking about, exactly why I do this type of training. There was one study in 2010 from Canada, and it showed the benefits of high rep training were fully realised. This is back when I first started training this way with myself and clients. This study had 2 groups of subjects, and it was from McMaster University, I think. And one group was doing their 4 rep max, okay, 4 sets of leg extensions, 4 rep max. The second group was doing 4 sets of leg extensions with a 25 rep max. Now, the 25 rep max group, the high rep group, increased muscle protein synthesis, muscle building by 60% over the other group, despite the fact that the other group were using a significantly heavier weight. Now that initial study was actually the first one which opened a lot of people's eyes to potential benefits of high rep training. You suddenly had a lot of people thinking, shit, there could be something behind this, I mean, they built so much more muscle than the other group. The only potential drawback of that was Group A was training in the strength zone. They were doing 4 reps, which isn't a fair comparison. I mean, what we really wanted was a study which compared a group doing the hypertrophy zone, 8 to 12 reps, against a group doing higher rep training, and then we'll see the results of that and see if it can handle its own then. 2 years later, we got that study, guys. McMaster University, again, exactly the same place. Second study on this matter, and this time they did 3 sets of leg extensions. Group A were using their 8 to 12 rep max directly in that hypertrophy zone that we wanted. Group B, sticking to the high rep ranges again. They noticed that over a 10-week period, both groups were able to increase their muscle size by about 7%. the high rep group stayed up with the low rep group. The only difference was strength is more associated with low rep training, whereas endurance is more associated with high rep training. In terms of muscle size, they both got results. And this study was the first one to prove beyond all doubt that higher rep training can build just as much muscle as lower rep training. Okay, so sticking to that 8 to 12 rep range, it's not really a good idea to exclusively train in that zone because you're missing out a lot of the muscle fibers. You want to be trying to activate all of your muscle fibers if you want to train the muscle completely, okay? So we want to be hitting our fast twitch muscle fibers, which are the explosive ones, the big powerful ones. That's where the 8 to 12 rep range comes in very handy. We also want to be hitting the slow twitch, the smaller, weaker ones that are more associated with endurance training. And for that, we need to be in higher rep ranges because they're not getting touched, guys, in those lower rep range workouts that a lot of people exclusively stick to. I'm going to show you what I mean here. So we've got a weight in our hands. Now if I start curling this, your muscle fibers are recruited from smallest to biggest, okay? So when you start curling a heavy weight, the first things that are going to be recruited here during this bicep curl, the slow twitch endurance fibers, the weak ones that a lot of guys are missing out. They're the first ones to get involved because your body's always thinking, I want to make this as easy as possible, as minimal effort as possible so I can keep functioning as normal. So when I start curling this, they're the first ones to try and handle it. Of course, they're going to think, that's too much, I'm going to bail straight out, I need help. The bigger fast twitch fibers then jump in and they take over and you get that weight up. Okay, problem is when you've done 8 to 12 reps, your fast twitch fibers are exhausted, you haven't actually trained the slow twitch ones yet because they've bailed out on the first rep. So the muscle's not fully exhausted. And you know, there's several studies out there, again I'll link to on the blog, which show that if you want to train a muscle hard, you want to get better results with it, muscle failure is an absolute must. Okay, so to achieve that, what we do is we use a slightly lighter weight. Now this time, I'm curling it up. This is a weight where I can perform more reps with. So those slow twitch fibers, again, are the first ones to jump in and try and lift this. This time they're going to think, actually I can handle it. So you can push out a number of reps while training these muscle fibers. When they start to get exhausted later on, towards the end of the set, the fast twitch fibers are then going to come in, same as they did last time. They're going to take over, they're going to help you get to your set, the end of your set. And then when they're exhausted as well, we put the weight down. We've just trained both types of muscle fibers with that, as well as going to muscle failure. That's why I do high rep training. Another huge benefit with high rep training as well, the lactic acid buildup, the burn. When that lactic acid buildup happens, it creates a situation where your body called metabolic stress, which is fantastic because it forces your body to release more growth hormone, which is fantastic. Again, it's just one of the extra reasons why high rep training is quite effective and why you should be doing more of it. So there you have it, guys. That's why I do a lot of high rep work. That's why it's my favorite way to train. There's nothing better than going to failure and just that horrible burning feeling you get. It's very effective. Hope this video helped you. Click in the description, go read the full article. There's much more information on there about it, as well as references to the studies I've mentioned today for you if you want to check them out yourself. Much more from me on my website. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Alright guys, if you're not on our email newsletter yet, I'll put the link up there. Click that, get on the newsletter. There's over 30,000 people now following our tips around the world via the newsletter, and there's nothing stopping you from getting results too. The guys and girls on my newsletter also get the first word about any Russ PTI training programs that I release before they're released to the public, my gym, my website, across my social media. They literally get the first word. Ha ha ha.